If you're in the market for a luxury compact crossover, the Lexus NX300 is a great choice. I've been driving this for the past week, and I'm here to tell you what I like and dislike about this crossover and the one feature that I find extremely annoying. Now, the NX comes in many different flavors. You can get it in front-wheel drive, you can get it in all-wheel drive, you can get it with a hybrid powertrain, you can also get it with two different faces. If you buy the NX or the NX Hybrid, you can get it with a front bumper that looks like this one, or you could go with a more aggressive looking front fascia, which is found in the F Sport line. The NX starts at $36,870 for a base front wheel drive version. The one that I'm sitting in is the NX300 Luxury with all-wheel drive. So with all the packages like the panoramic view backup monitor, upgraded headlights, navigation and premium sound system, and delivery, this one is at $51,679. So with pricing out of the way, I like to start in the interior first, because with the NX300 luxury trim, almost all of that premium that you've paid for can be found in here. As expected, you'll get that Lexus grade styling and comfort. The seats are great with many different adjustments. You get that premium perforated real leather interior with heated and ventilated front seats. Now, Lexus has two different interiors. They have the synthetic stuff called New Lux, and then they also have real leather, and that's the one that I'm sitting in right now. Now, I've reviewed many different Lexus vehicles, and I've sat in the New Lux leather interior and also the real leather, and I'm here to report that I really can't tell the difference between the two. They're both very, very good interiors. Additionally, all the surfaces within reach, like the center armrest, the palm rest, all the dash, the seats, steering wheel, are all upholstered in that really nice leather. The steering wheel is also heated, by the way, and you can find that button on the left-hand side along with other safety-related features. Moving on to the center console, if you're a fan of buttons, you'll be in heaven here, because there's a lot to look at and to push in here. Personally, I think it's quite busy, but the center console is highly functional and still looks pretty nice. Starting at the top here, you get that wide aspect ratio 10.3-inch infotainment screen. You can display information in a split screen fashion. This one also comes with navigation. And if you're not a fan of their native system, you can always plug in your phone to get Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. And when you put your car into reverse, you'll have a backup image, and on the split screen, you'll find an overhead 360-degree view that'll make parking a super easy task. Moving on down, you'll find the luxury car signature, which is the analog clock. And in here, it doesn't look or feel like it's tacked on. In fact, it looks like they've built the interior around this analog clock. In here, it's surrounded by the temperature buttons and switches. And here is also where you can find the physical heated and ventilated seat buttons. Further down, you'll see the Mark Levinson branding on here, which means that you have the premium surround sound system in here with 14 speakers. You'll also find a CD player on here, and it feels a little bit out of date because who really uses CDs anymore? But to take full advantage of that premium surround sound system found in here, using a CD player with the high bitrate audio files is really the only way to take full advantage of that premium surround sound system. Below that, you find the driving mode controls. You can switch between Eco, Normal, and Sport, and this affects your transmission shifting profiles. And then moving further down, here you'll find the one feature that I find so frustrating to use is the infotainment touchpad system. Now, using this while you're stationary, it is perfectly fine because the touch sensitivity is good. I don't experience any lag. The surfaces and the buttons here are also very, very nice. But when you're trying to use this while you're driving, it is so distracting and so frustrating to use. And there's really three reasons why this thing is so frustrating to use. The first one is that there is so much information on this big screen that sometimes trying to choose a menu item, it's a little bit distracting. The second reason is that the buttons are also on the small side, and there's not a lot of good contrast between the other menu items and the menu item that you're selecting. So when you're trying to manipulate the menu system, your eyes are darting back and forth while driving between the road and the screen, and sometimes it's just not a good mix. And the third reason is that the screen is located in the center of the vehicle, so it's a little bit further away in the periphery of the driver's sight lines. And unfortunately, this screen is not a touch screen, so you have to deal with this touchpad. And finally, for the rest of the center console, you have a very nice palm rest here. You have a removable lid, which reveals a cubby hole down here. And on top of that, if you need an extra mirror, you have one here. And for the center armrest, you could always open this up, and here you have your USB ports, your 12-volt plug, and also your auxiliary jack. Moving to the steering wheel, you find some very nice paddle shifters on the back, stereo controls on the left-hand side, and instrument cluster controls on the right-hand side. And behind the steering wheel at the 4 o'clock position, you find the traditional but supremely outdated cruise control stalk. So if you're used to Toyotas and Lexus, you'll probably feel at home here. And lastly, the steering wheel feels very nice to the touch. I love the stitching on here. One minor gripe, I like to hold my hands at the 9 and 3 position, and I find that the steering wheel is a little bit bulky in those areas. Looking ahead at the instrument cluster, you have the tachometer on the left and speedometer on the right. Right at the center, you have a 4.2-inch full-color multi-information display. It's on the small side. A lot of other car companies have started to put full digital instrument clusters, which I feel adds so much to the luxury feel of a car. I think it's time for Lexus to completely scrap this look and go full digital. BMW, Mercedes-Benz, and Audi are all doing it, and I think Lexus should go in that direction as well. Moving to the second row, you'll find some pretty solid quality materials back here as well. The same plushy perforated leather treatment. Unfortunately, no heated seats for the back row. You do get center vents back here for rear passenger comfort. As for legroom, there's a reasonable amount back here. Seating for 5 will be fairly tight though, as shoulder room is limited in these compact crossovers. And the rear seats are power folding and reclining. That's a $400 option. It means that you could push the second row seats from the back or from the side here. With the seats up, you'll have a so-so 17.7 cubic feet of cargo space. And fold the seats down, you'll get 54.6 cubic feet of storage. Let's talk exterior for a bit, and like I mentioned earlier, the NX has 2 different looking faces. One for the NX and NX Hybrid, and one for the F Sport line. The F Sport front fascia looks much more dramatic and more muscular. It has a bigger chin that's closer to the ground, giving it a larger spindle grille. The non-F Sport line has a much more angular front fascia. Looking at it from some angles certainly looks funny. It actually looks incomplete, or maybe it has been dented in. If you like to take the NX off-roading, this would be the better front fascia to use because it gives you a much better approach angle. As for the rest of the exterior, I think it looks really good. Let me know what you think below, but the powerful presence here that you get from the spindle grille and the sharp angular LED daytime running lights is matched by the angular character lines around the sides. This is not a boring looking crossover. And the most expensive optional package that's found on my tester are actually found on the exterior. It's these $1,500 headlights. They are a triple beam LED headlamp with AFS. That's their adaptive lighting system. So the lighting system will bend and adapt depending on the road condition. So take it out for a test drive, drive it at night, see if it's a worthy upgrade. And plus, it looks really, really good. Finally, how does it drive? Well, this thing actually packs a powerful engine, a 2-liter turbo engine, making 235 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. That's pretty decent for a compact crossover. And I love turbo vehicles because once you're in the middle of the power band, you'll get that extra boost that makes it feel much quicker than the engine size suggests. Mileage-wise, this is rated at 22 city, 28 highway, and 24 combined. That's normally what you can expect from a 2-liter turbo stuffed in a compact crossover. They do have a hybrid powertrain option, so that should give you mileage in the low 30s, but it's not going to give you as much power that's found in the 2-liter turbo version. Handling is average for a commuter car. This is a car that's been designed for supreme comfort and really not much else. When the road gets a bit twisty, the soft and easy steering gets fairly numb. And the suspension tuning also makes the crossover feel like it's floating from one corner to the next. There's not much road feedback, but that's to be expected. There are much better handling SUVs out there, but comfort and handling performance are like on 2 ends of the spectrum. And this one is more focused on giving you the most plush ride as it can. And as for safety features, this is equipped with Lexus Safety System Plus 2.0. So it has lane tracing assist, road sign assist, pre-collision system with pedestrian detection, adaptive cruise control, lane departure assist with steering assist, and also automatic high beams. This tester also comes with the optional blind spot monitoring system and rear cross traffic alert. Overall, fantastic package of safety systems found in this car. So overall, do I recommend the NX300 Luxury? If you're looking for a reliable and luxurious compact crossover with a solid safety feature set, solid build quality, and also very good resale value, you really can't go wrong with the Lexus NX. The ride is supremely nice and the interior is very nicely appointed. If you spend lots of time on the road and want to commute in comfort, the NX is the way to go. The 2-liter turbo also has a decent amount of power. However, there are other luxury compact crossovers out there that provides more power. On top of that, you might be disappointed by the NX's lackluster handling and driving fun. And therefore, it's tough to recommend this to someone if you really enjoy driving. So wherever you may find yourself between my two conclusions there, the one thing is for sure, if you get the Lexus NX, you have to deal with this infotainment system. And to me personally, this is a deal breaker. So there you have it. That's my review of the 2020 Lexus NX Luxury. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you learned something, please consider hitting that like button, hitting the subscribe, and also hitting that notification bell so that you can get notified anytime we make a new video. I'll wrap it up right there. My name is Hanson. This has been the 2020 Lexus NX. I'll see you next time.